Jalen Rose joins us from LA. What's up, Jalen?
Sorry about in studio. I'm in studio.
Look at you. Listen, they're on their feet here. I couldn't even hear you because the audience is going crazy. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate having me on. What up, Tam fam?
Jalen. I've known Jalen since he was in Chicago playing. I've always been impressed with everything about you. But I read this quote that during your time in the NBA, you used to have a saying that you whispered to yourself. You say, I'm about to make a name for myself tonight, because you always felt you had to prove something, that you were the underdog. Tell me what those words meant. I'm about to make a name for myself tonight.
That's a conscious decision that every day I'm so very fortunate to wake up and put my feet on the ground. I got things I'm trying to accomplish. I have goals I'm trying to chase. I have dreams that I'm trying to aspire to have. And what ends up happening is during your course of the journey, sometimes people who don't believe in your goals or don't believe in your dreams can muzzle them for you. And I'm determined not to allow that to happen. And when you grow up on the northwest side of Detroit, single parent home, poor, there were a lot of reasons for people to tease me. I was skinny, I had bad skin. People always felt like when I said I was gonna do special things that it wasn't going to happen. And so based on that level of belief, you have to have it each day, and that's what I try to carry.
You know, I know so much of who you are as a man and the belief you have came from your mom, Jeanne, who passed away. March Madness kicks off next week. I don't know why, Jalen, I always think of your mom and watching you play and the tributes to her. You just posted a tribute to her on social media, and you said she always knew the days that you needed a pat on the back or a kick in the butt, that she was that balance. Take me back to, oh my goodness, Jalen, it's hard for me to even ask you this because I know what she meant, but knowing that you'd be in this world without her, without that pat on the back, without that kick in the butt, did it make you doubt that you would still be Jalen?
It never gave me doubt because I had Jeanne Rose standing by my side. And for anybody that's ever heard the name Jalen, she created it. It was a combination of my biological father, James, and my uncle, Leonard, who took her to the hospital to give birth. So she's a person that created a name that is now a common name, literally.
No, people don't know this, Jalen. When your name became popular, it skyrocketed. There was no tracking of the name Jalen, so pretty much every Jalen you know, they got the name from Jeanne.
Yes, absolutely. I might have to do like I might have to put a sir in front of my name, like Sir Jalen Rose the First or something like that. But in all honesty, watching how hard my mother worked and how much she sacrificed, raising 4 kids, I never saw her take a day off. We never had a cleaning person. We never had a babysitter. I know what it's like to eat mayonnaise sandwiches and drink sugar water and eat popcorn for dinner and even boil water to pour in the bathtub and share it with your siblings. And so when you have a humble beginning, a lot of times for me, it was just sitting back and thinking about what can I do to change my dynamic? And there's some positive things you think about, like I want to make it to the NBA one day. And then there's the negative side, to spite my father, who was never in my life, as the #1 pick in the 1967 draft that I never met. That was inspiring, but it was also painful. And basketball, I felt, was going to be my way out. My mother always let me believe that I was going to be in the NBA, but she always told me one thing. I told her I was going to be the greatest of all time. She said, you are, baby, but you'll never be better than Magic. Because that was her favorite player. And we used to always joke about that. And even when I see Magic Johnson to this day, I just got a chance to work with him this past weekend. He asked me about my mom. And anybody along my journey, they met my grandmother, who I lost a couple of years ago at 103, and my mom. They were my guardian angels, my toughness, my inspiration. And so everything, every goal, every dream was inspired by them.
Jalen, I got to tell you, when you went from basketball and I heard Jalen's going to be in TV, I thought, okay, well, a lot of ex-athletes want to be in TV. You just not only made it your own, you carved out this whole brand, Jalen. Was it strategic or was it just that Detroit gut? You know, because I look behind you, there's Aretha and there's, Marvin Gaye. Did you plan it, man, or did it just these opportunities that you seized?
I definitely planned it. And one of the things I always try to do is accomplish things that will get me into the room, things that mainstream America thought were important, certain titles. So yes, I was an All-American basketball player and made the McDonald's game and went to college and was a member of the Fab Five. But what people didn't talk about is I was an honor roll student in high school.
Right.
I made the dean's list in college.
Right.
I graduated from college.
Part of your authenticity is giving back. You don't give back so that your name can be on something. You don't give back, and I know this personally, so that people can, oh, look at Jalen Rose, he's donating. But along the way, Jalen founded the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. And it is a remarkable thing that you've done. And one of the students who I know means a lot to you on your journey, Chanel Miles, she graduated from your school, went to the University of Michigan on a scholarship, founded and created by you. We actually reached out to Chanel, and she wanted to send this message to Jalen. Take a listen.
I went to high school at the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. Jalen didn't just put his name on the school. It was something that he was really hands-on with. He would always ensure that he came out to see us. He was a true figurehead in our community and in our school. I had been hospitalized my senior year for my struggles with mental health. I had a couple of failed suicide attempts. The way that JRLA helped was they recognized all of my successes. They continued to accept me for who I was. It means the world to me because without their support, I don't know if I would still be here. So I had something to look forward to. I had something that made me happy to go to when I woke up in the morning. And I felt like I had a true family there. Jalen, thank you for every single thing you have done for me, for the community. I truly know that I would not be here without you, and I am so grateful.
Jalen.
I appreciate you not only having me on the show, but highlighting what's happening at JRLA. Because being a public figure sometimes and being the founder of a school, just think about this. Everybody in the audience, think about where you went to school. You probably don't know the founder of that school. So to be a living, breathing human being, to open up a school in the neighborhood that I grew up in, that was always something that was a part of my goal, to lift as I climb. I got it in position to help and give back. I wanted to do it via education. And we're 10 years, Tamron, 10 years. Open enrollment, tuition-free, public charter. And we're a 9 through 16 model. So we're not just influencing young people while they're in high school. Think about it. In the United States of America, you can't get the job and the career you used to be able to get with a high school diploma. So we service young people in secondary education. That's college or university, community college, military, trade school. So we have 400 high schoolers, but we have another 600 alums that we influence as well. So that's over 1,000 students that we're influencing right now. We're really proud of our work.
Jalen, I know we were talking about the name Jalen, and we jokingly said it should be Sir Jalen. You are a lifesaver. You saved her life. And that is testament to your mom, your grandmom, and all of those great people who believed in you. I'm so happy our paths crossed years ago, and I'm happy that you've been a part of this show today. Congratulations, friend. It is amazing to talk to you. So good. Thank you. And be sure to listen to Renaissance Man, where podcasts are found, and head to NewYorkPost.com to read Jalen's weekly column. He even featured me, so you can take a look at that old episode. Jalen and I debated who had the flyest short haircut in the world. We both knew it was Anita Baker.